wind howled through the skeletal branches of the barren trees, carrying with it the whispers of the forgotten. At the heart of the desolate forest stood an ancient stone obelisk, its weathered surface carved with cryptic runes that time dared not erase. Atop it perched a massive raven, its eyes black as the void, unblinking, watching, waiting. For centuries, the villagers of Black Hollow had avoided the obelisk. It was said to be cursed, a monument of vengeance, marking the resting place of a betrayed soul. The legend spoke of Aldric Varrow, a man wrongfully accused of witchcraft and burned alive by those he once called friends. Before the flames consumed him, he uttered a curse, a promise that he would return, carried by the wings of the blackest bird, to exact his revenge. That night, as the final embers of his body faded into the soil, the first raven arrived, then another, and another. Soon the trees surrounding the obelisk were filled with them, their piercing cries echoing through the night. The villagers bolted their doors, whispered prayers, and never dared venture near the cursed monument again. But time has a way of making people forget. On a cold autumn evening, Elias Thorne, a historian obsessed with lost folklore, arrived in Black Hollow. He had heard the whispers of the obelisk, of the raven that never left its perch, and of the ancient words carved into stone, words no one had dared to translate. Unlike the villagers, Elias did not fear the legend. He sought the truth. Torch in hand, he trekked through the forest, the thick mist curling around him like ghostly fingers. The air grew heavy with an unnatural stillness, as if the earth itself was holding its breath. Then he saw it, the obelisk, rising from the rocky terrain, bathed in the pale glow of the moon. The raven turned its head toward him. A shiver crawled up Elias's spine as he stepped closer, his fingers tracing the deep grooves of the runes. He pulled out his notebook, deciphering the words aloud. Blood for blood, fire for fire. The betrayed shall rise when the truth is spoken. The wind died. The forest went silent. The raven let out a shriek so piercing that Elias staggered back. The ground trembled beneath him. Shadows slithered from the cracks in the earth, twisting, reforming, taking shape. A figure emerged from the darkness, its face burned beyond recognition, its eyes hollow, yet filled with hatred. Aldric Varrow had returned. Elias tried to run, but the ground swallowed his feet, trapping him. The air turned thick with the stench of burning flesh. The trees groaned, their barren branches twisting unnaturally, closing in like skeletal hands. The last thing Elias saw was the raven descending, its talons aimed for his eyes. By morning, there was no trace of the historian, only his open notebook, pages fluttering in the wind beside the obelisk. The raven remained, watching, waiting, for the next fool to awaken the curse.